Well, our names are Brian and Joe Brewster, and I can't speak as well as I used to, but I'll try to loud enough to be heard on the video here. We found out we could have children about
pretty early on.
about 15 years ago, so pretty early on in our marriage. And we tried being in different adoption agencies, but I moved a lot with my job, and so we and that different times meant changing from state to state, so we had to change to adoption agencies. So that's how we came to foster care eventually.
Well, it wasn't. We knew early on that we weren't going to be able to have kids. Brian started getting sick, and we weren't sure where our future was going to go. So we knew we wanted a family. We knew we wanted children to love, whether they were short time or a long time. We knew that we had love to give.
My name is Zoe. My childhood was a struggle for the most part. There's a lot of alcoholism and drug use and things like that, especially when I was younger. I got pregnant with Skylin my senior year of high school when I moved back here. And that was hard. I did graduate, and but after that I started to have problems with the men that I was with weren't the best, and they were big drug users, and I kind of fell into that life that my parents led when I was little. And so when she was almost a year old, I had gone to work, and I don't remember a lot about the night, but I came home from work early, and she was crying, and she was all red. So I said, we have to take her to the hospital. I think she's having an allergic reaction. I didn't know what was happening. And my boyfriend at the time was babysitting her. He couldn't tell me anything. And so we took her to the hospital, and I started to take off her clothes while we were there. And there was just blisters all over her. And I started crying, stuff started to black out. I didn't know what to do. It was the most traumatic thing I'd ever been through. And after that, things went really fast. It went from, they told me that she had an 80% chance of survival, which seems high, but as a parent, that 20% chance really, really got me. And I didn't know what to do. It was really hard, and it was really confusing. And then they told me that the state was going to take Skylin for her safety, and because I let someone babysit her who shouldn't have been babysitting her, and I didn't recognize that at the time. I didn't even know that people were capable of doing these things, or that I could ever meet somebody that was capable of doing something like that. And I heard a lot of things about how there's foster parents who wouldn't even let the parents come to their house, but they were more than willing to, ease that sort of fear that, I could come over here if I needed to, and that, it would be okay. And I really liked that. I liked to know that they were going to be there for me, and they were going to be there for Sky, and they have been. And even after I got Skylin back, they were still there. And I thought, if they're going to be this supportive with the state and with me, then, why take that? Because Sky really loves them, and they really love her. And I just thought, why take that from her? Because she is doing really well with it. And there was a lot of backlash about, Skylin being confused and not being able to, she won't know who her mom is, stuff like that. But she loves all of us equally. And I really like that. And I wouldn't want to take that from her, because she does it so well, and they support me too. Even though I was leaving to another state, she asked me if she could call her. And so we did, every other weekend, they would call her on the phone and talk to her. And then we decided that she should come up for the summer. And so she was here for 3 months with them, and she absolutely loved it. And she got to spend a lot of time here with my side of the family and them. So, you know, it's great to know that she has people that she can, you know, go to, and she gets to go have fun. And, you know, I really liked that. And there wasn't even, you know, someone who's biologically related to me, but they're still right there if I need them to be there. And that's something you don't get to find all the time. That's, you know, I've heard a lot of stuff about foster care, and it's hard to find people who really want to make that connection. I think people really put a lot of pressure, like, aren't you afraid they're going to take your kid? Aren't you afraid, you know, all these things? But, you know, if you move past it and think about what's best for the child, you know, her, it's that, you know, the more people to love her and support her, the better. I don't see anything wrong with someone who isn't biologically related helping, you know, love and raise a child. You know, they actually do care. It's not just Sky, or it's not just the situation or the money or whatever you want to call it. It's, you know, this family thing. This is something that, you know, we could do for her whole life.
I would say we first for my child, the adoption mentality is still a bit.
Yeah.
After meeting Zoe and Sky, that changed that. So
We just tried to be a support system for her. I always would encourage her. You know, I would never deter visits, or I would always invite her to family things, family functions on our side, and send her photos and videos. And, you know, I tried to keep her involved as much as possible, because I knew she was missing Sky. You know, and just try to put her mind at ease that she's safe. You know, we're not trying to take your child from you. We're not here to harm you. We're not here to, you know, we want you to get better, and we're gonna help you take care of her until you can get back on your feet.
It made me want to work harder and keep going, because people that don't even have to care. And so having that push really made the whole process a lot easier, and it felt like I wasn't really drowning anymore. So to have people there for you saying, you know, I know this is really hard, but we're going to work through it together, just makes you want to work 10 times harder. So that was great. That was a good thing.